Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. If you are an old friend, then welcome back. I just want to very quickly come on and do a reading for you, yes, but I just wanted to clarify a little bit about what this channel is. If you are looking for a tarot channel that's going to tell you when the best time to take somebody else's man is, or you know, whether or not you should buy a lottery ticket that day, this is not that kind of tarot channel, okay? This is more of using tarot for spiritual guidance kind of channel. This is more about those who are seeking truth and answers on their spiritual journey type of channel. I don't call out the signs all that much because to me, if you don't recognize the message based off of your own energy, because I'm reading the energy, not the signs necessarily, then maybe this isn't the channel for you, and that's fine. But please do share it in case someone else is actually looking for that kind of channel. Because even though it may not be your cup of tea, it could be somebody else's. So, there we have it. All right. I'm going to start by lighting the evil eye candle. We ask that you return to sender all negative energies, intentions, and entities sent towards us to the sender, and that you help guide us towards our best and highest good. Please and thank you. So now we are clearing and cleansing the energy with our Palo Santo and our sage. And remember, these messages are timeless. It could be past, present, or future for you, depending on where you are in your own spiritual journey. And I am here to help you based off of what I have personally experienced on my own spiritual journey. I wish you all the best of luck. If you are on a spiritual journey, it is not for the weak. Mentally, physically, emotionally, you've got to be a warrior in all areas. That's for sure. And willing to persevere and never give up. It's the most important part, because you'll never get to the end if you give up. You'll never see the blessings if you're not willing to stick it out for the long haul. All right. So specifically, I wanted to talk about the next couple of weeks. We've got some pretty interesting things going on in the energy, and I want to kind of get a little clarification from Spirit on what we can expect. So we have Neptune entering Aries at 0 degrees. We have a Saturn entering Aries at 0 degrees. We have a full moon in Leo, a snow moon. And we have coming up as well a solar eclipse. So there's a lot going on in the energy, some very interesting things going on in the energy if you look at it from an astrological standpoint, which tarot is all about the energies, and these planetary alignments, kind of direct where the energy goes, what it's doing. This is kind of what we've been learning about throughout our journey on this channel. and about how to best utilize and harness, how to recognize and utilize these planetary placements, these energies to the best of our ability to help us manifest, right, our best and highest good. For a lot of us, we have had to leave many people, places, and things behind because they were not for our best and highest good. And we had to realize that and take that leap of faith. Some of us, so many of us, have taken many, many leaps of faith along this journey. But that's why I said it's not for the faint of heart. You've got to have a level of faith that is unshakable and unbreakable. So if you don't believe in God or spirit, then you're probably not on a spiritual journey. All right. All right, let's start out and just see what we got here. What can you tell us, Spirit? What do we need to know? Okay. Bath. Okay. Cleanse, renew energy. So, so this Neptune in Aries is a big deal because it has finally completed its 165-year rotation through the zodiac. It takes Neptune 165 years to go one turn all around the sun. So 165 years. And now it is entering Aries at 0 degrees. Aries is the first zodiac. It is starting a new beginning, fresh, at 0 degrees, blank slate. Now, with this happening, at the same time as Saturn being in Aries, this is about, Neptune's about spirituality, right? Saturn is about rules, karma, lessons learned, okay? So this is kind of like a reset, a spiritual reset, a cleansing, right? Okay, a karmic cleansing. If you have done the work, like I was telling you, the energetic work about making good choices and things like that, like letting go of certain people, places, and things, these karmics, right? Okay, then you would be in alignment for whatever this is. And it does feel like a bit of a portal opening, some kind of energetic opening. We do have the 2-2 portal, the February 2nd portal, which is about choice, right? Okay, making choices, choices, options. So it's about, maybe this is an opportunity, if you've done the work, to clear and cleanse the energy from inside and outside of your physical body, okay? What else do we need to know? What else do we need to know? Is that all you want to give me from this deck? I'll go around one more time. Okay, so channel and stable and strong. Okay, and mind, presence, intention. Okay, so I'm just getting very much so that we have built a stable channel, a stable connection that goes both ways, all right, to the spiritual realm. Okay, it's strong, it's stable, it is helping to be present and intentional and mindful about what we do. Okay, it's like saying, God, I don't want to go back to the way I used to be. Right? It's like, you know, I've worked very hard to make positive changes in my life, and I don't want to fall back into old habits, right? And having that strong, stable connection with spirit, okay? Being intentional about your actions, your decisions, your energy. Has really made a change in you, a positive change. Okay, what else can you tell me? I do feel like there's some rewards coming here, okay, for these difficult decisions, okay? Promise. Responsible confirmation assurance. Yeah, it's like making better choices this time around. I feel like it may have taken you a while to get into the habit, to get into the energy of making good choices. But now that you're there, you're strong, you're stable, it's automatic, right? In making good, responsible decisions. It has brought you peace, stability. It has allowed you to stop living in the past and the future and be present in the here and now. And I feel like this is one of the promises made, promises kept. A promise from Spirit that if you followed Spirit, if you listened to Spirit, then they would help you get to this point, and you've made it. I feel like we've talked a little bit on this channel before about like a checkpoint, almost like a video game in a checkpoint, right? Where you reach a certain level or a certain point in a certain level where you no longer have to go back to the beginning and start all over. I feel like that's a little bit of the energy here. You reached a point, I'm not going to say like necessarily no return, but it is kind of a no return in a good way, in that you're not going to return to the negative people, places, and things that were harming you. It's almost like you made a promise. You made a promise to God that if God would give you the way or show you the way out, that you would take it. And they did. And you took it, and you've been working together with Spirit to get you to this point, and you've arrived. There's a sense of arrival here, I'm feeling. Right. Natural disaster. I feel like you survived. You survived something that was meant to get rid of you. Right? Like the flood. Something that was meant to destroy you. But God saved you from it. Because you listened. Like Noah, right? Like Noah in the flood. I apologize. I'm a little bit sick right now, so I just got a little thing going on with my throat, but I usually do when I'm doing a read anyway. Optimism, illusion, deteriorate. Yeah. Daydream. I feel like I said, this is the point of like arrival of like things that you before could only dream about. And now they're finally here. So I do feel like this is also a point of like new territory for you. Okay? We're reaching new territory. We're going to places we've never been. We're We're in energies we've never seen or been in before, because again, 165-year cycle. I don't think any of us were alive 165 years ago. So what else do we need to know? Okay. Bell, an announcement of some kind. I got that. I did a couple polls yesterday and that came out as well. Announcement. Elephant. A journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. So again, it's like I said, it's like ringing the bell, right? When you reach the end and you ring the bell, you ding the bell, you've arrived. Okay. To some kind of spiritual checkpoint, all right, on your spiritual journey. We have yoke. I'm getting from the Bible, it's like my yoke is easy and light, right? Maybe in the past you were following the wrong energies, right? And you had a heavy yoke on you, or you were unequally yoked, okay, with certain people, that was causing you to become unbalanced. And now you are reaching a point where, again, this is like uncharted territory for you. But you are going to find people who you are equally yoked with, right? And I feel like a lot of lessons have been learned here, and maybe this is part of it, in that you're not going to give so freely anymore as maybe you once did. Maybe this is one of the lessons that you've had to learn, is that you will be equally yoked with those in your energy. If they are, investing in you, right, then maybe you will invest in them, but you're not going to overgive, okay, anymore. What else? Bag. Something important, such as a new job or a raise. Yeah, like I said, it's like a new beginning here. A new way of doing things, a new way of being, a new way of handling your bag, maybe financially and energetically, because they are kind of one and the same. What else do we need to know here? Deception, temptations, reflections, projections. It's like I said, it's like you are in this energy of reflecting, okay, on past bad decisions, right? Past temptations, past deceptions. You've been through a lot, and wisdom is here, right? You are learning from your mistakes. You are not going back to where you've been. You are not going to make the same mistakes that you have in the past. You are not going to fall to temptation anymore. Maybe, temptation looks different to everyone. Maybe to you, temptation was helping people in need who didn't really deserve it and who gave nothing back to you. Maybe that was a great temptation to you, and you've learned from that lesson and you're not doing it anymore. And it's also about looking at how far we've come, I feel, as well, right? Reflecting on where we've been and appreciating where we are and how far we have come. Pluto, transformation. Yeah, throughout this spiritual journey, there is a transformation. You become transformed, a transfiguration, if you will, into something more, something greater than you were before. because the will and the desire and the energy to change brings good things. Take the Intuitive Kev deck out now. What do we need to know? Ace of Swords. This is the truth. It is a new beginning, okay, based in truth. So it's like you have been able to accept, realize, and maybe even verbalize your past wrongdoings, your past bad decisions, the things that you did in the past that maybe you weren't so proud of, or that you recognize led you down the wrong path. And this was a big step in getting you onto the right path, and in aligning you with the truth. Truth is extremely important on this journey. If you're not living in truth, if you're not speaking truth, if you're not receiving truth, then you're not going to be on the right path. And it's a new beginning based in truth, accepting what is and what isn't. Hanged Man. This is a revelation, okay? A spiritual enlightenment. A journey of enlightenment. You may have gotten on your journey because there was an area of your life in which you were seeking the truth because somebody was withholding it from you. And Spirit stepped in and gave you the truth you needed in order to get you on your right path, because you deserve the truth. You deserve to live in truth. And anyone who truly loves you would tell you the truth. They wouldn't be deceptive. They wouldn't hide things. They wouldn't try to sacrifice you by lying to you. I do feel like you've been sacrificed a lot. In that people felt like it was okay to lie to you, like it was okay to sacrifice you and not give you the truth for whatever reason. Because they didn't think you deserved it, because they weren't willing to admit it, because they were afraid of what would happen if you knew it. Queen of Swords reverse. I am getting there's a lot of lies and deception here, okay? People felt like, again, it was okay to sacrifice you by lying to you, by not being honest and truthful. Maybe because they saw you as a bitch, and maybe you were. In all honesty, maybe you were a bitch. But we give a lot of grace, you know, for what we don't understand, right? And we try not to judge, because people could be going through things that we have no idea, especially if, you know, we're not talking to them about it. and we don't care to know. Getting to that somebody felt that sending this energy towards you, this Queen of Swords reverse energy, this cold, bitchy, lying, manipulative energy, sending it towards you, projecting it towards you, was justified. They felt justified in doing this to you, in sacrificing you, in maybe saying it was all your fault, everything's all your fault, you're the fall guy. And they felt justified. Why? Ascension reverse. Because one, they didn't want to see you ascend. And two, they weren't willing to go on that ascension journey with you. They were okay living in darkness, living lies, living in deception, you know? They didn't want to live in truth. Yeah. Two of Pentacles, Three of Cups, and the Magician reverse. Because they thought it was better for them financially. They made choices to give to more people than just you, financially and emotionally, spiritually. One, because they were manipulated into it, but two, because they were also manipulative, right? People who live in truth don't need to manipulate. You just tell the truth. There's no manipulation in the truth. When you tell the truth, you are giving the other person, hold on, okay. When you live in truth, when you tell the truth, and you live in truth, and you speak truth, and you give other people the truth, you allow them to live in their truth. But when you lie, when you are deceptive, you take away that person's free will to make decisions based in truth. You get them off their path because they're making decisions based on lies. And you take away their truth, and you take them off their true path when you do that. And you hurt them and yourself in the process. And that's why I do feel, Spirit, someone was lying to you so badly about possibly a third party in a relationship, but it really multiple third parties, okay? They were giving to so many people. When they should have been giving to you. And they were more honest with other people than they were with you. And therefore, you were living a lie because these people were lying to you. And in order to get on your true path, you had to get these people out of your life, out of your energy, because they weren't willing to be truthful and honest. And you cannot live a life, a good life, that is not based in truth, giving and receiving truth. What else? So we have the King of Wands, the Five of Swords reverse, and the Wheel of Fortune. So this is King of Wands. It's that Aries energy, okay? It is standing in your power as we come into this new cycle, all right? This new karmic cycle, this new cycle of control as well. Saturn can represent control, right? Okay, so it's like saying you are in control now, all right? And you're not going to fight or argue with anyone. It's clear and evident who's really in control, and it's you. You are in control. And the Wheel of Fortune is that you are standing in your power, and fate is here, right? The stars have aligned, the planets have aligned. It is fate, it is destiny. You are no longer having to fight for everything you have. You're no longer having to fight people. You're no longer having to fight energy, right? You are in alignment for all the good things coming to you because you did the work. You were willing to get on the journey, to make the difficult decisions, to remain strong and perseverant through all obstacles. You were willing to let go of the people, places, and things. And again, you know, you may have been meant to go through this with someone else. And if that's the case, then you had to be strong, stronger than even most other people on these spiritual journeys, because you had to do what you were supposed to do together alone. You had to do it. You had to be both, right? You had to be both. And now, as we move into this new cycle, there's going to be positive changes for you. Financially, energetically, physically, spiritually. The battle is over. The battle has been won. You won the battle. You won the battle. The spiritual battle has been won. And it's like, now you get to, the Hierophant. Now you get to retire and be the big boss, right? Okay, now you just get to sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of your life because you put in the hard work. I do get, it's like, it's a feeling of like retirement, but retiring like on top. You may be getting a financial windfall that you may never have to work again a day in your life. This could be the energy here. But if not, it's just being comfortable, financially comfortable, being able to live the life you want to live without having to battle people for it, because you earned it, and anyone that has a problem with it is no longer in your life. You have made sure of that. You have cleared and cleansed the energy of all negative people, places, and things that were not in alignment, that did not have your best and highest interests at heart. You have reached a level of spiritual enlightenment. A very high level, energetically, and in knowledge. We have the Lovers reverse, the Eight of Wands. Okay, I'll just put it out here. The Lovers reverse, the Eight of Wands, Divine Guidance reverse, the Two of Wands reverse, the Three of Wands reverse, and the Strength card. And what I'm getting from that is there were people who did not have good intentions for you. They did not want you to reach this level of enlightenment. They did not want you to persevere, okay? And they did not want you to follow your spiritual guidance, right? They tried to interfere and intervene and control and manipulate and get in the way. But they can't stop what's coming, what's already happened. They cannot interfere any longer. I'm just getting like, move, bitch, get out the way. Spirit has removed these people because you wanted them removed and you did the work. You listened to Spirit. And Spirit has helped remove these people, places, and things from your life, from your energy. And now the floodgates are open for all the good and wonderful blessings, because you could not and were not living in truth because of these people's lies and deceptions. Now that they have been removed and you have worked to get on the right path, and you have gone through the ascension process and spiritual journey, you have reached a very high level. Or you will, once you decide to get on this journey and make the right decisions and the difficult decisions, regardless of what other people think, say, or do. The blessings are here, and it could be something to do with August, okay? I have been getting a lot of summer, okay? Like June, July, August time, being a very lucrative time, financially and energetically, that like some really good things are going to be coming this summer. What else? Anything else in this deck? Let me just see. I'm going to do this deck for a minute. All right. What do we need to know, Spirit? The Hierophant again. Why is the Hierophant here? Okay, so we have the Four of Pentacles and the Moon with the Hierophant. And I'm getting that you have helped to kind of save, conserve, like conservation, you know, like preservation, secret hidden knowledge and truth. Possibly that religions, okay, established religions, have withheld. Okay, but like you helped to find these things and use them in the way they were intended by God, to help you reach your highest potential, okay? To help you establish a stable channel with God directly, which a lot of religions would like you to believe is not possible, that the only way to God is through them. But you've revealed hidden secret knowledge, spiritual knowledge that you have helped to preserve so that it can go on. And how we do that is by sharing it with others, okay? Because these religions, let's say the Vatican, all right, for one, they have all of this knowledge. They know all of this. They hide all of this. They don't want you to know all of this because they don't want you to have power. They want to be the middleman, and it's like you've cut out the middleman. In religion, in spirituality, you cut out the middleman between you and God, but you also cut out what was keeping you from being in alignment with God's will for your life. And again, part of this journey is that once you realize these things, once you seek the truth and find it, then you must also openly share it with others. What else do we need to know? Yeah, so we have the World, we have the Magician, we have the King of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. So it is, like I said, it's like no longer being in an energy of other people being able to manipulate you. You are standing in your own power. You are your own boss. You, like I said, you might be, with Wheel of Fortune here, you might be receiving a very big financial windfall that will allow you to be your own boss, to retire, okay, to live the life you want to live, okay, without being controlled or manipulated. This is the World, the Magician, and the Wheel of Fortune. This is all major arcana. So this was also divinely orchestrated, okay, to put you in a position of leadership, wealth, and abundance, because you have been tested, okay? You have been through the fire, the tribulation, if you will, and you've been tested and proven, right, to be stable, okay, to be reliable, to make responsible decisions, that are not only for your best and highest good, but the best and highest good of all. And so Spirit is rewarding you and putting you in a position where you're going to be able to do a lot of good for other people, even if all that means is you maybe being a boss, okay, and having other people beneath you that you can lead, okay? But that you're going to be, what is this? What is this? Help me finish that thought. Ace of Cups. Yeah, you're going to be having like a new beginning. You're going to be sharing spirituality. Okay. You're going to be sharing love. All right. You're going to be able to live a life based in truth, where you are in control, where you get to live the life you want, and you earned it because you did the energetic work, you did the spiritual work, you went on the journey, and you completed every task, and you have reached a certain level where now you're being rewarded, and you're going to be able to help other people to get on their spiritual journeys, whether it is watching videos like this, sharing videos like this, making videos like this of your own, or whether it is starting your own church. Okay, that's kind of the energy that I'm getting here as well, right? That maybe this is the next step in your journey, that people need an alternative. They need a true spiritual alternative to all of the manipulative religious bullshit that we see out there today, that we have experienced for hundreds of years. What else? We have the Seven of Wands and Judgment. So I'm getting that you will be protected, okay, from any kind of legal action. You might need to protect yourself from possible legal action people might take towards you for this. But mostly that you need not worry, okay? I feel like there's a level of like hesitancy because you don't want to be judged. You don't want people to know or to judge you harshly for your spiritual beliefs, or for, doing what you're doing, whether it's tarot or yoga or, like I said, starting a whole new church, right? Based in truth and love and light, and not control, manipulation, and making money, but truly just there to be a community and to help lead others to the truth, whatever the case may be. You are protected. You will remain protected. But part of the protection is not caring what other people think, is not fearing judgment, because there will always be people out there who want to stop you, block you, knock you down a peg. And what's important is that you are doing what's best for you, and doing what makes you happy, and doing what you know you are called to do. What else? Seven of Cups. I'm just kind of getting the feeling that like this is something that you have thought of doing many times before, but you've held yourself back because of fear of judgment. And Three of Swords, possibly fearing what you might lose in the process. But I have to say, it's like whatever you might lose, you have everything to gain. Whatever you lose was not worth having in the first place, and everything you gain will be so much more valuable than whatever it was that you lost. We need leaders, true spiritual leaders, right? Not the gurus and, all that bullshit. just people helping people. Good, kind-hearted people with no agenda other than sharing the truth and spirituality with others to help love them and guide them along their spiritual journeys. It's like the 12-step program, right, in AA. Once you reach that level, that Hierophant level, that 12th step, then the next stage or phase is to go out and help others. So there is a bit of overcoming an obstacle or issues, or whether it's addiction or something else along those lines, the process is the same. And it's about letting go of things that aren't good for you and living a whole new way. What else? Yeah. The Fool. That's the journey. I think I said it earlier in this video. It's like uncharted territory, right? You've never been this clean before. You've never lived this clean before. You've never lived in this much truth. You've never lived in this much good decisions. You've never lived in this much good energy. And the whole world is open to you now. And you have a clean slate to decide where you want to go and what you want to do from here for the rest of your life. A new beginning, a fresh start, a spiritual cleansing. And this time you're not going to make the same mistakes. You're not going to have those same demonic attachments, okay? It's like you had demons attached to you, but you were able to free yourself of them. And now you get to move forward without that monkey on your back. And you're never going back. Only up from here. I hope this has helped you in some way, shape, or form. I hope, if nothing else, it has entertained you for a few moments in time, and that if you haven't already, you will like, share, and subscribe.